dear televiewers. I am Nico J. Bagus from Honorato C. Perez Senior Memorial Science High School, your teacher presenter for today's episode of Deped Hours Tele Turuan. English language has two ways to narrate a spoken word of a person. These two ways are number one, direct speech, and number two, reported or indirect speech. So what's the difference between direct and reported speech? Well, both terms describe a way of recounting something that may have been said, but there is a difference between them. Direct speech describes when something is being repeated exactly as it was, usually in between a pair of inverted commas. For example, she told me, "I'll come home by 10 p.m. In indirect speech, we'll still share the same information, but instead of directly repeating them, it involves reporting or describing what was said. An obvious difference is that, with indirect speech, you won't use inverted commas. For example, she said to me that she would come home by 10 p.m. Let's take a closer look at each one. Direct speech can be used in every tense in English. You can use it to describe something in the present tense, to express something that is happening in the present moment, or make it feel like it is happening right now. For example, while she's on the phone, she's saying to her, "I am very much interested with the new lesson." You can also use direct speech in the past and future tenses. You will often come across direct speech in the past tense to describe something that has already happened. Most written forms of English will use direct speech in this way. For example, he said to her, "I'll catch the last train home." Direct speech can be used in the future tense too, to create a feeling of anticipation or expectation. It can also be used to express something that you plan to say to someone. While you might not come across these informal or professional forms of written English, you will probably see these commonly in creative forms of writing, such as story or novel. For example, "Before I go away, I will tell him, I am never coming back." There you have it. Please stay tuned for more discussion on our lesson about direct and reported speech. We'll be right back after a few reminders from the studio.